In this tutorial, I want to teach you about the Path Apply tool. This is included when you purchase the Grand Format Embroidery. So to use it, you would want to put your machine into the Grand Format Embroidery mode, and then you'll be able to stitch it. Now, I'm going to show you a couple things. When you have a closed shape like this star, you can easily use its outline to be applique. What the Path Apply feature does is it will stitch along this line a predetermined stitch. And these are done embroidery fashion, so each stitch point goes exactly where you want it to go, and the options are over here. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to pick one that's directional so you can see exactly what will happen. I'm going to pick this star. So along the path of the star, we are going to put stars. So when I click that, you can see what happened. I have these stars. Now I want you to notice they are along the path that was that pattern. You can see through here that path still shows, and it is this little red line. Now the stars in this pattern have one point standing up and two legs that are on the inside of the star. And that is because it went around the pattern with this star clockwise. Now, if I select this star again and reverse its direction by using the reverse sew, it is now sewing counterclockwise instead of clockwise. I can tell because of this little pink line, and I apply those stars again. This time, one point is to the inside and the two legs are to the outside. So you can see clearly that this has been reversed in the way that it would sew, which changes the way the directional stitch will look on your pattern. So that's a good thing to know. Many of these patterns will sew down an applique very, very nicely. They sew along the edge of the fabric, it attaches it to the quilt, and it looks fantastic. Now here on this pattern, let's say I want to apply something different. I want to make up my own design. All of these designs were included with the AutoPilot, but let's say I want one that's different. So I'll just pick this. Now you can change the size of it just by changing this number here. Let's say I wanted that to be bigger. I'd say 3 instead of 2. And there you go. Now it is 3. So it got bigger. I can here put snap points to grid. If I select that, whenever I move one of these points, which will change the shape, you can see it changing up above here, it will snap to one of the grids. Sometimes this makes it easy to get what you want, and sometimes it makes it so you can't get what you want. So you can turn that on and off as you like. Another thing I can do is I can click where there is no stitch point, and it will add one. And then I can pull it out. So maybe I'm looking to make sunshine, rays of sunshine. Now, when your Path Apply is stitched by the AutoPilot, each one of these purple marks is going to be a stitch. So, have some fun. If you want to delete any of these stitches, just right-click and the stitch will be deleted. If you want to save this design that you've made, if you overwrite, what will happen is you save overwrite, it will eliminate the curve that I opened originally, the scallop, and it will add this design instead. So probably the best option is here to give it a new name. I'll call it Sunshine. And then save new. And then I will have this pattern in the future called Sunshine, and I can apply it here. There'll be an alphabetical order. I can go and find it. So I can apply my sunshine stitch to this swirl here. Now just take note, the red is the line that it's applied to. It will not stitch. If you want it to stitch, you can make it stitch by cueing it. After you've used it, you can have the line and you can have the path apply to the line, and you can stitch that out using your embroidery function. It's a great tool. You can have a lot of fun creating patterns.